Hey, thanks for tuning in today. What I wanted to do is share how I prepare. Well, not really. I'm actually just going to read my speech out. And I do that a lot. I actually voice note it to myself so I can get used to hearing it back or play it in the car so I can get familiar with certain words. I definitely print it out because I find when it's on the iPad, I get distracted by being on the iPad. So just having a piece of paper and a pen to adjust it while I go. So I thought I'd just share this speech that I gave for this Mother's Day high tea. It was a real stretch for me because it's not a business talk. It's not about value. I still brought some value in. But yeah, and I might sort of pause it in between because there are some interactive moments during this that obviously I won't do with you. But this is my Mother's Day speech that I shared in front of 300 people, high school students and their mothers during a Mother's Day high tea event in Brisbane. Okay, let's go. I'm 10 years old, walking out of school on a disgustingly hot Brisbane afternoon. I've timed it perfectly. The school bell rings and I bolt. I head down, my backpack bumping, praying no one sees me, especially not Sarah from 7B or, anyone from my year level. I could handle a year 3 student. Why? Because of our car. We had a 1981 Holden Camira. It was a brown car, and not a beautiful chocolate brown, but more of a murky Brisbane River on a really bad day type of brown. It had these disgusting pleather brown seats that our legs would stick to. There was no aircon. It was a toaster with wheels. I get in the car, and I'm ashamed to say that I'm ashamed to be seen in it. But I noticed that something is different today. Mum looks tense. Not tired, not angry, but something's off. She checks her mirrors twice. There's a twitch in her shoulders and she's nervous. Then the gear stick crunches. We're on the road. We turn left. This isn't the way home. And I know we're going on the highway. Mum doesn't do highways. Our lives are small streets, local runs, schools, doctors and newsagents. The highway is for other people with cars who have air conditioning and working radios. But today she merges and I watch frozen as this woman who's terrified of big roads grips the wheel, breathes deep and just goes. 10 minutes later, we pull up at the Kenmore State School netball courts. I open the door and nearly kiss the ground, like Katy Perry after spending 11 minutes in space. It's the first time I'm trialling out for a school rep netball team. The first time I've had to leave the suburbs to chase something. The first time I've seen my mum do something that scares her. And I realise this isn't just about transport. This is about showing up scared and doing it anyway for your kid. That day, she drove me somewhere new, not just to play netball, but that moment opened the next chapter of my life. Let's celebrate those little moments. I don't think we do that often enough. And so what I'm doing then, just pausing the speech, we're going to get everyone just to give each other a high five and just say, hey, you're incredible, just to lighten the mood. Anyway, they do that, come back. Doesn't that feel good? Hey, last week I was running a leadership workshop in Melbourne. At the end of the session, Mark, one of the participants, walked up and asked me, what's your background? I thought he meant, work, study, but he didn't. He meant, where are you from? I love this question. My dad's Welsh. My mum's from Papua New Guinea. I'm not that exotic though. I was born at the Mater Hospital. At 7, my mum lost her mum to a snake bite. And just like that, her childhood was over. She had to grow up really fast. My sister and I remember her telling us, you don't know how lucky you are to have a mum. We didn't really get it back then. We do get it now. She later went on to attend one of PNG's first Catholic schools, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, Yule Island, run by the strictest nuns I've never met, but I feel like I did through my mum. They taught her everything. How to iron a shirt, collar first, don't talk to boys. It's all about hard work and discipline. And most importantly, never, ever talk back. Fast forward to me when I was her age, ringing talkback radio on B105 every night trying to win Hanson tickets. So yeah, we were raised a little bit differently. But in a weird way, I think those nuns ended up raising me too, just indirectly through mum. Their values shaped her, and her values shaped me. It reminds me of the founder of Apple, Steve Jobs, his quote, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. Driving here today, I was thinking about why I'm standing in front of you, and the answer is pretty clear. My mum. Not just because she brought me into this world, but because she was the one who signed me up to play netball. I had a massive tantrum. I wasn't sporty. I was deep into reading books by Judy Blume and, of course, like the Babysitters Club. But I remember catching that ball for the first time and everything shifted. I fell in love with the game and played across Queensland, nationally, even internationally, a full circle moment representing Papua New Guinea. And fun fact, one of the toughest games I ever played was against a teacher from this very school, Dee Turner. And guess what? That connection is one of the reasons I'm here today. So when I thought about what I could share with you, I realised, only half of this room are mums. Where are the mums in the room? Give me a wave. They all wave. But to quote John Farnham, we're all someone's daughter. So let's test this. Daughters, show me, give me your hands, let's see who you are. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever woken up and thought, today I'm going to be a better daughter? Probably not. And look, there are thousands of books, podcasts and TikToks about how to be a great mum or parent, but no one really teaches you how to daughter. There's no training, there's no rules, but this mother-daughter thing, it's a partnership. And isn't a good partnership a 50-50 thing? So today I want to take the pressure off mothers and share 3 ideas that have helped me figure out how to daughter, with inspiration from my unexpected love of netball. And look, I'm a consultant, podcaster and author, but the role I've held the most is that of a daughter. I've had 41 years experience. And they also say you should teach the things that you most need to learn. I'm still trying to figure this out. Just the other week, I shocked my mum by telling her I've signed up to climb Everest Base Camp later this year. I've never done a multi-day hike before. So yes, at 41, I'm still keeping her on her toes, just like some of you 15-year-olds might be doing with your mums right now. So the first idea on how to daughter is agility. Agility means that you can pivot, change direction fast, and adapt. Let's do a quick agility test. Would you rather live somewhere always hot or always cold? This is I'm getting them to signal with their hands. Do you like pineapple on your pizza? Yes or no? Are you Lady Gaga or Taylor Swift? So I'm just doing a hand vote as part of that. Okay. Agility isn't just about footwork. It's about adjusting on the fly. And being a daughter, it is a minefield of contradictions. You spend way too much time on your phone. Why didn't you reply to my message? Wear what makes you feel good. You're going out in that? We just want you to be happy. But are you sure that's what you want to do with your life? Right. Agility is knowing that sometimes both things can be true. How do you get more agile? You need to get better at dealing with resistance. We did a lot of resistance training playing netball. My mum was great with resistance. It became our dance. Me, I'm quitting my job to start a business. Mum, don't do that. Me, I'm moving to Western Australia to be with a guy I've just met. Mum, I honestly can't remember what she said, but I think there were tears. Spoiler alert, I married him. She once said, Leanne, you always wanted to try things. I just wanted you to be safe. And that's the split. It's okay. Embrace the resistance and use it to get stronger and more agile. As the world moves at pace, being light on your feet and agile is your best asset. Idea number 2 on how to daughter. Reset. I used to play goal attack, and in netball, when you miss a goal, you have to reset. You have to forget about that missed shot. You don't want to be thinking about how you failed when you're taking your next shot. You want to be in the moment. Something I used to do to reset was I had a physical trigger. When I missed a goal, I would just dust my hands off, and that was a signal to my brain and to my body to move on. Daughtering is full of missed shots too. Moments when you might say things in the moment that you didn't mean. We all do it. But the strength of a mother-daughter relationship isn't about never fighting. Let's be real, that's impossible. It's measured by how quickly and effectively you can reset afterwards. Psychologists call this repairability, and research shows it's one of the biggest predictors of a healthy relationship. Not how often you fight, but how well you recover. So the next time you clash, I suggest you metaphorically dust your hands, take a breath, and think or even say, hey, look, can we reset? Idea number 3 on how to daughter. Vision. Great players don't just see the ball. They see the whole court, the whole play, what's about to happen. We actually are trained to use peripheral vision and to avoid tunnel vision on court. Being a daughter with vision means zooming out, seeing more than just mum. She wasn't born a mum. She had a whole life before you. Wild nights dancing to Bon Jovi, hypercoloured t-shirts, backpacking through Europe with just a Lonely Planet guide. Who knows? Are there any mums here that relate to that? She had hopes that came true and others that didn't. She had to figure out who she was going to be in this world, just like you're doing right now. Having vision means understanding that her rules and worries come from her own journey, not just a desire to control yours. And here's a wild fact. By the time you turn 18, you've already spent about 80% of the in-person time you'll spend with your mother in your entire life. So use your vision now. Start small. Just ask one question about her life. Listen to the answer and build from there. So those are my 3 daughtering ideas. Number 1 is the agility to navigate boundaries and opposing ideas and use the resistance for good. Number 2 is to reset when you stuff it up. Number 3 is vision to see the whole person who might be sitting beside you right now. Those are my 3 daughtering ideas. But you've got a different mum. You've got a different relationship. Like the only one like her in 8.2 billion people. I told you my highway story. 1995 was the only year my mum actually drove out on that highway. She hasn't returned to it since. It was a big fear for her. What's the moment your mum did something hard or weird or scary to give you an opportunity? That's what we're celebrating today. Not just Mother's Day, but the little moments that made us. Because like you, she's driving this role for the first time as well. So let's toast all of us, mothers and daughters who are still trying to figure it out. Cheers to you. Cool, and that's the end. Let me know what you think. I'll speak to you tomorrow.